All right, welcome everyone. Doug with thelincolnlist.com. You know what I want to talk about today? I want to talk about why trading stocks is the best job in the whole wide world evers. Well, maybe not evers. I'm sure there's better jobs, but this is a great job. This has been a great career. I know you hear me talk about it all the time. So I thought I'd take a few moments to kind of share with you why I think trading is so important. And trust me, I've been very fortunate to be able to do what I do. Now, one of the reasons I think this is a great topic to share with people is because when you pursue trading, there will come that time when you have that moment with yourself where you're questioning whether or not you're doing the right thing, whether you're wasting your time, those down times. And I had those when I started several years ago. And it's important to kind of look at the big picture. That's what kind of kept me alive back in those days. It's always thinking about, if you just stay with it, this is what your life could be like. And we need that. We need to be able to look at the big picture to keep our motivation and to keep our excitement level and our intensity level up. So I've owned a lot of businesses. I've done a lot of things throughout my 50 years on this earth. And I just want to take a moment to share with you what the most important factors of trading is that I like the most. And hopefully you will like them too. The first one that we want to discuss is the obvious, and that is freedom. Oh, that's right. Everybody loves freedom. Now, there's a lot of ways you can make money in this world, and I know a lot of people that make money. I know doctors, I know dentists, I know attorneys, I know people that own their own businesses and are very successful. But one thing that these people don't have, that we get to have as traders, is the balance between time and money. Now, I owned a store, like I've talked about that before, a motorcycle store, and I didn't make a lot of money at that at all. But even when I was turning a little bit of profit, my whole entire life was in that building. I mean, I never went home. I was constantly living in that building. I was either fixing that building, I was either fixing someone else's race bike, building my own race bikes, ordering product, just doing all kinds of stuff that when I opened up the business, I never thought I was ever going to have to do. And I know these business people, and they're so consumed with it. Now, you have to work hard as a trader. But as you get better at trading and you understand how the market works, you actually work less later on than you do in the beginning. But you have this perfect flexibility of being able to earn money without really having to just bust your eyeballs and your knuckles or get physical. And that's a great piece of freedom. Now, there's another part of freedom, which I'm sure you've already seen, is that with the introduction of the internet in almost every corner of the globe, you can work anywhere you want. Your income travels with you. Again, if you own a business, a brick and mortar retail or any other type of business, you've got to be there every day. If you're a dentist, you've got to show up for work every day. If you're a doctor, you've got to go to the hospital. As a trader, you can work anywhere in the world that you want. I'm sure you've seen some of the pictures I've posted. I'm not the only one that does it, but that's one of the big pieces of freedom. That's the biggest part of what we do and why it's so important. Now, the other thing is that trading itself is non-seasonal. Now, I don't mean stocks in cyclical cycles and stuff like that, but what I'm talking about, I'll use my bike store again for a reference, is most of my money was made through the holidays, which is late October. It's called desert season out here in Southern California. But it was made from late October to the beginning of the year. That's where about 85% of all the profits from my business come. So if I screwed that time up, I didn't have the hot products, I wasn't prepared, I didn't have a staff working, I would lose money. And I really wouldn't have that kind of opportunity present itself until the following Halloween. I mean, it was a seasonal job. Some of those that sell real estate. Real estate itself is fixed on the economy. Brick and mortar retail like the one I had is based on economy. If the economy goes bad or sour, suffers a recession, people spend less money. They don't have that money to spend. They only spend it on the necessities, or they don't have money to get real estate and so on. It doesn't matter about the market. Now, I know you hear this stuff about sell in May, go away, summer's bad, holidays are bad. They're not as good as other days sometimes, but they're still every single day. Like I've been doing this for 18 years, and almost every day of the week, there is a legitimate money-making opportunity. Some days there's a lot more than others, but every day there's a money-making opportunity. You just need to be there to see it. Now, another thing, which is really important to younger people out there, or those just having a hard time in life, is the low, I just bombed out on that word there, is the low entry cost. Again, when I started my bike store, it cost me well over $60,000, $70,000 before I put a key in the door. And a lot of businesses are like that. You have to commit. If you want to flip real estate, you have to come up with money to buy the real estate. But right now, trading is one of the easier professions to get into. I mean, if you have most people can get started on 30 to 40,000. If you have just 2 to 3,000, you could get started with some of the prop firms. We've done videos on the past. But what's great about trading is that low entry into the business. You can get started with not having any savings account. Now it helps to have as much money as you possibly can. If you have a savings account or money to fall back on while you're learning, that's better. Your success ratio is going to be higher, or your longevity in the business. You'll stand a better chance of being successful because you'll be able to work your way through the hard time. But it's not impossible for someone with just a few $1,000s to get into trading, and become successful. It'd be difficult, but it's not impossible. And the last thing, which is also very important, is no degrees, no BS, no politics, no garbage. None of that stuff exists in trading. If you work somewhere else, right, there's always office politics. Somebody's bumping you out of management, or you always got a disagreement with a coworker. When you do things like real estate, you got to deal with city regulators and laws. When I had my bike store, I had taxes, I had laws as well, competitors in my area. Some people don't have degrees like me. I never had a college degree either. The market is pure. The market is real. That means you can come in here, doesn't care about your religious background, your beliefs, the color of your skin, your educational level, what your bloodline is in your family. No, it's pure. If you come into the trading business and you really want to make it work and you work hard at it, you stand just as much as an opportunity as anyone else to make it. I mean, it is truly a pure business. And these are the things I think that really make trading such a great career. Like I said, I've owned a lot of businesses, but this has really been that perfect balance of time along with money. Where there haven't been politics. I'm my own boss. I get up every day. I make my own schedule. I work when I want. I take off the days that I want. I don't have anybody telling me what to do. I don't have to go drive through traffic. I don't have to put up with that garbage, and that's what's important. So try to remember these things, especially if you're struggling, or especially if you're doubting and you're looking at yourself and you say, I want to quit. I don't think this is the right career for me. Remember these things. As always, guys, if you need help with your trading, visit thelincolnlist.com. Till the next time, take care.